Football Rants. I don't think I mentioned it in the first video, but that is what we're calling this little project, Football Rants, where we can talk about everything from red cards to goals of the week to who's doing what and when and where and blah, blah, blah. But right now it is match day 3 of the UEFA Champions League, which means I'm going to discuss the top 3 games I'm looking forward to this match day, and we will start with Galatasaray versus Real Madrid. Now, Real lost over the weekend in kind of a shock defeat. Zidane has been taking a lot of criticism over his choice of players, his tactics, really being thrown under the bus, if you will, when it comes to the news in Spain and internationally. So I think Real is really going to have something to prove when it comes to going into Turkey. By the way, the game is in Turkey. Galatasaray, not an easy place to go to. I am predicting a very lively atmosphere. It seems like every time any club goes into the UEFA Champions League, goes into that beautiful arena, they are in for quite a surprise. A lot of noise, a lot of rowdy fans. I know some of those Turkish clubs have been under a bit of scrutiny and have faced fines in recent seasons over their conduct, but I'm sure everything will be fine. Also, both clubs have a lot to prove. Galatasaray, they're no stranger to the Champions League. They know a lot of these players. A lot of these clubs they've also played against. They've played against Real Madrid, I think, 6 times now. The last 3, Real have beaten Galatasaray. But that doesn't mean anything in this game, especially when in 2 weeks' time they're just going to go to Real and have to play the same team once again. The 2 players I'm looking forward to watching are Ryan Babel and Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard, of course, recently became a Galactico. He hasn't really proven himself on the pitch. He's still looking to figure out how to wear that shirt, how to fit into the club. And so I think really the Champions League is going to be his time to shine this time around. Babel is no stranger to a competition of this magnitude. Spent time at Ajax, spent time at Fulham. He has the experience. He's a veteran. He knows that he can be really a catalyst for his club. My predictions for this one, though, Real Madrid 2, Galatasaray 1. Game number 2, Ajax versus Chelsea. This is going to be really interesting. Ajax is currently sitting at the top of the group and the top of the league. What does that mean for Chelsea? That means they are going up against a team that is in form. They have a lot of youth, they have a lot of speed, and they are going to be the ones to look out for. Really, what I'm looking at is the balance between youth and experience. Chelsea obviously has a very experienced team, but I would not put Ajax out on in this competition. They also have a lot of veteran talent that are out there mixed within that young, youthful team of theirs. Biggest question, and I know everyone's wondering, will Pulisic play? Pulisic had a very promising start to his career at Chelsea, but in recent games he's found himself on the bench. What does that mean? Is he out of favor with the coach? I don't think so. I think it's just that there's such a wealth of talent at Chelsea, and he's just waiting to have his chance. I'm hoping that his lack of league time will mean that he's going to be able to get some time in the Champions League or even in the FA Cup. We will have to see about that. My 2 players that I'm looking forward to are Quincy Promes and Abraham. I think both of them are on fire. Both of them are really important to their team, and they should be the ones to look out for. I'm predicting a 3-0 Ajax win over Chelsea at home. Of course, in 2 weeks, they will be traveling to England to have a rematch, but I think Ajax will take this one. And finally, game number 3, Inter Milan versus Borussia Dortmund. Now, Inter Milan looked very, very promising, very creative on the ball against Barcelona. I think they were actually hard done to not get at least a draw in that match. I was very impressed with the midfield in particular. At the end of the game, they were looking tired. It's hard to keep up that kind of momentum over 90 minutes. but I do think they look really, really good. Dortmund broke their 3-win drought over the weekend with a confident 1-0 win over Borussia Mönchengladbach. Sure, it should have been 3-0. A couple of VAR decisions went against them, but once again, their defense is looking shaky, and that worries me. It's been like this all season, taking the lead in the first half and letting it slip up in the second. I think Inter Milan, with that creative midfield that they have, or the fast forwards they have in Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku, it may be a troubling match for Dortmund. Now, with that said, Inter Milan, they're one of those quiet teams. You haven't heard a lot about them in recent seasons, but you got to think about who's on their team. They got Romelu Lukaku. They've got Lautaro Martinez. They have Diego Godin. They have a very, very experienced depth in their squad, and that's something where Dortmund sometimes gets caught in their naive defending, letting those gaps get through, letting those experienced players just run away, break that line, and end up in a one-on-one situation with Roman Bürki. I think the two players that I'm going to want to watch out for are Lautaro Martinez and Achraf Hakimi. Now, Hakimi has been in really impressive form this season, and I would put money on Inter Milan trying to stifle his creativity on the wings, although I think he's still going to have a very important role for Dortmund. Now, Martinez, kid is on fire. He's very exciting. I have no doubts that he's going to be one of the world's greats at some point in his career. He's fast, he's accurate, he's creative, and I think he is probably going to get on the score sheet. As much as a fanboy as I am for Dortmund, I think it's going to be 2-1 Inter Milan, but I also think the results are going to flip. So in 2 weeks, if Dortmund lose, they're going to win at home against Inter Milan. They have no choice, really. With 2 draws already, they need to get a win. They really need to get some points on the table. Trust me, we don't want to be in the Europa League again. That did not work so well last time. Anyway, so those are my 3 picks for the Champions League. Let me know what you think. You agree with me? You don't? Hit like, subscribe, comment below. I'd love to fight you in the comments. There's nothing I would like more. Friendly banter, though. Not violent. Like, not fighting. Right? Okay. All right, this has been Football Rants. I will catch you on Thursday. Let's see how I did. What do you think about my predictions? Let me know below.